We're starting off our cards by creating foam stamps, and we're using just basic, cheap kids craft foam that you could find at any type of craft store. And it doesn't matter what color it is because you're going to use it and create it as a stamp. So grab your embossing folder and we're going to just trim it to size so it'll fit right in there. Next, just run it through your regular die cutting machine so that you get the imprint of the embossing folder onto your foam. Ooh, it looks really nice. You get a front and a back. Ink up your brayer really well and roll that right onto your foam, which is now your stamp. You want to make sure it's covered really well. Now grab your paper and you want to lay that on top of the stamp. Mine's a double-sided paper, but it's cardstock weight, so it's going to give me some heft, and I can still use that as my card base. You just want to rub that and make sure that all of the ink imprints onto the paper. That looks really, really nice. You get a really clean image out of that stamp. So now I flipped over my stamp and I'm going to use the opposite side. You know, on your embossing folders you get a embossed and a debossed side. So you get two images. They're going to look similar, but they're going to be a little bit different. So I thought I would just try it out and see what we've got. So I add my ink and then I'm going to add my paper right on top just like we did before so I can get a nice imprint of my stamp. So now let's take a look at this side and the previous one we did. They are a little bit different, but I do see some portions I think I like the one on the left better. So next I used one of the Spellbinder's Impressibilities, and this is a metal embossing piece that I created. And there's my stamp. I'm comparing the stamps. And this is the stamped image on the paper. Ooh, that looks really good. I like how that looks. And so here's the two images that we did with the embossing folder, the two different sides, and then the one that we did with the Impressibilities. This is a Stamp Magic moldable foam stamp by ClearSnap, and you can use both sides of this. You heat it very lightly with your heat gun and then you press whatever on it. On this side I pressed a bunch of buttons, and this looks so cool. As always, you want to use your brayer to grab up that ink and spread it out on your stamp, whatever stamp you're using. Then we press it to our paper and we get a really nice image. I love those buttons. Look how clear that imprint is. The first card with the Impressibilities stamped background, I added some cardstock, some music paper, a ribbon, and like a silk flower with some velvet leaves, and a birthday wish. The next card with a button background, I overstamped that with a spool of thread, and keeping with the sewing theme, added some hand stitching around the periphery of the cardstock, added some buttons and a few little tags, and it's all set to go.